Oi, okay, wow. I tried to wait a little bit to calm down because I was feeling a little shady there. No way suggesting that I would ever do anything, just to let you know. Hold on, 1 second. I should have done that before I started the camera. My bad. Wasted a few seconds, but that's alright. Anyway, um, so I finally got it set up to be able to I was able to call my mom. It's kind of a weird, having camera issues, excuse me. I don't fucking know how I feel about it. Bonus points and kudos to my aunt for being able to actually have it pull off. She's the only way it actually worked out because my mom's phone wasn't working because they have that magic jack crap that is kind of shady. So I tried to call and didn't get an answer. So I called my aunt. The first time I've spoken to her since I was a kid, except for online, of course. I don't do phones. I don't like phones at all. I hate them with a passion. I text, but I really don't like calling people. It's just a weird thing I got. But, so I called her and said, I'm not getting. It keeps saying that it's not available. Is this the right number? She made a quick, shady, clandestine phone call to my stepfather, who the whole thing is he can't know that any of this is going on because he doesn't really like us having contact, and I don't want to have anything to do with him. I don't want him to have any kind of information about me. Um, she can't have my normal, like, I had to get a P.O. box so she could have the address because I don't want him having my street address, so on and so forth, because these are the boundaries that you have to set up. Okay, the camera, hold on, 3 seconds here. I might have to start this over because this is really pissing me off. I keep bumping it. Um, Sorry about the fucked up backgrounds for the last little long. I've been a little preoccupied, but so most of this is just because we're trying to keep it out of his hands because it's the boundaries that I've set up, and it makes it easier on her because he gives her a really hard time and shit. So it's the easiest way to do it in a way that doesn't cause any. I mean, I have to send my mom mail that I'm sending to my mom. I have to send it to my aunt, and then my aunt will send it in a package labeled her. Because if he sees my name on it, he'll throw it away, and my mom will never find it or ever see it. So, and if I call and he answers, it's a huge ordeal. So my aunt made made a quick phone call and made it out that she was trying to call my mom. And so he rushed home and fixed the phone and then went back to work. And then my aunt called my mom to make sure that he had gone back to work. And then called me back and said, call her because it's clear. And so I did, which all of that work on my aunt's part made it a lot more easier for me to call my mom because I chicken out because it's a really painful experience for both of us. So that kind of helped that she put all that work into it. So it's like there's no way I could back out of it now. So I called her. Most of the conversation, I tried to keep it about the Ehlers-Danlos stuff because she's got serious medical issues that needs to be dealt with, and hopefully she will actually really give that to her doctors. Hopefully that'll help. But we need to get her tested because if she shows negative, then that's a clear for my one brother and his 5 kids that he's okay. I'm pretty positive that it's my dad, but then that means all 4 kids, all that jazz. I think I explained that before. I don't have a whole lot of time, and I don't want to do like 5 or 6 more videos because I don't want to force you guys to watch all that crap. If you guys are even watching this shit, I don't know who's watching it. I don't. We're doing it just to get it out there. So we tried to talk about the trans stuff. I asked her clearly, like, what my aunt actually said because I was a little worried, and so I wanted to make sure to hear it from her. And she said, well, she said that you want to have a sex change. And I know that being PC has helped some people try to like tell their parents and stuff, but like for me, I've always found that like ending up just blurting it out like that is generally the only way I've been able to do it, even though that's not really the most kosher way to do it. But so to hear her say it like that, then I knew I kind of pretty sure that my aunt was pretty positive on explaining it to her. I was just really worried about the lesbian thing, as most trans guys are. Um, I'm not a lesbian, just to be clear. They get that question one more time in the next few, however long. Never mind. I gotta stop making. So I tried to explain it to her. Tried to explain that with the medical choices and things that why I wanted to do it and so on and so forth. And I tried to cover the name with her and asked her if it was okay, to see if she liked Dorian J, because she's the one that named me and everything. So I wanted to kind of make sure that I was being respectful to her choices and so on and so forth. And she said that's fine. It's my name. The problem with my mom is, even though she's like saying that she's okay with it and that she loves me no matter what because I'm her kid and all that kind of stuff, she she's saying it like this. No, that's fine. No, that's okay. Really? So like it's that passive aggressive amount of like, I'm telling you it's okay, but my voice is saying that I'm absolutely devastated by this whole thing. But she always sounds like that. And part of it could be the medication that she's on for her um uh, I can't believe. I just don't like saying mental disorder or whatever, but it is a. I say schizophrenia, but I'm not 100% exactly what the diagnosis is, just to be 100% fair. But that's the basic gist of it. She kind of lost it for a while there. You want to talk about like violence and stuff? I mean, I think the last time she went to the hospital, she got drug in because she was running through the streets with a loaded gun, saying the government was out to get her. I ain't kidding when I'm talking about coming from a really violent past. That ain't nothing compared to what she did to me. But anyway, we're not gonna go there. That's a different thing. Anyway, so yeah, I mean, she's saying that she's cool with it and she's gonna love me no matter what because I'm her child and everything. But at the same time, she's saying it in a way that it's like I'm going to shoot myself after the fact. And given the fact that my mom has run around with loaded weapons, that's generally a scary thought in my mind when that's the first thing that I think of is that the impression I'm getting here is that something bad's going to happen after the fact because she sounds so upset. Part of the demure, and again, I could say it could be the medication that's making her sound rather demure compared to the way she was when I was younger or whatever. But she doesn't start sound that way at the beginning of the conversation. It's just by the end of the conversation, it's just so upsetting. And then she always does try to bring up the stuff in the past and try to apologize for what she did before she was diagnosed and didn't know that she needed the medication and so on and so forth. And that's always really hard because she brings up all this stuff that it's like I don't want to say that I don't want to think about it or I don't want to remember it, but like, or that I've processed it or moved on, but it's definitely on a level of like, I don't want to have to talk about it every time we talk on the phone. We've covered it. I've told her I don't hold it against her. It's not her fault. I try really hard every time to remind her that she shouldn't feel bad for having, a chemical imbalance in her brain. And the medication is just making sure that the balance is okay. I do too. Some of my medications are for that. But I just try and, and I try to tell her, nothing, she didn't do anything that made me like this. This isn't her fault. It's not to make her feel bad or make her feel like she's a bad parent or, and I told her that I'm very happy and very proud of the parents that I have. My mom and my real dad. I'm not talking about my stepfather. He's a waste of life. We want to talk about like getting violent. I constantly have to convince myself not to hurt that man because that would just ruin my life and then it would make him win. It's one of the reasons why I don't have any contact with him because it would be very easy for me to I'm running out. I guess I'll have to do a 3. Apologize. But, I guess. I don't know. I guess I kind of covered it. I don't know. I guess we'll see.